Thank you so much for coming. It gives me great pleasure tonight to host the first Women for Women UK Gala Awards dinner here tonight in this gorgeous setting with some delicious food. I know it's going to be delicious. Some fantastic entertainment in store. But of course, I don't think there's anyone in the room who doesn't know why we're here. And I can tell you that right now there are at least 30 wars raging around the world, which we know affect women and children disproportionately. In fact, 75% of all civilians killed or injured in war are women and children. I can tell you that since the war started in the Democratic Republic of Congo, for example, over 200,000 women have been raped. I know because I visited the DRC about a year ago. Boy, I needed Strictly after that. It was a life-changing experience. It was challenging both professionally and personally. I was there, actually with another charity, I was there to support health workers who were helping to find and treat women who were survivors of gender and sexually based violence. And I suppose that nothing in my professional life or my personal life had really prepared me for what it would be like there. Personal danger aside, and there was plenty of that. Just traveling around rural countrysides and meeting women on whom these atrocities had been perpetrated. Of course, rape is used as a weapon of war there. I'm a psychologist, we have a diagnostic manual, and I thought I knew a bit about trauma, but I didn't know anything. The level of the profound pain, psychological, physical, that the women I interviewed were in was something that I think very few Western psychologists have ever seen. If I were treating any one of those women in a Western setting, I would hospitalize her immediately, and of course, great risk for suicide. But as someone said to me, African women don't kill themselves. They have too many responsibilities. I met a woman, for example, a woman called Justine. She had been in her village one day, and soldiers, we call them men in uniform, because it's not quite clear ever who exactly is perpetrating these acts of violence. And it's better if they don't tell us. She was in her village. Soldiers came to loot the village, but of course there wasn't very much there, so they got angry and vengeful, started throwing grenades around. She was injured in the grenade attack, lay on the floor bleeding, watched them burn her house. She lay there for a couple of days, and then soldiers came back and raped her. She said to me, I couldn't run away because I'd been injured. She thought it was her fault. As I said, it was a challenging trip, and I wanted to share with you tonight, before we get to the fun of the evening, and there'll be plenty of that, just how much it means that you're here tonight to help support these women who are afraid to tell us their names in many cases. I'm so proud to be here to support Women for Women. And it was so hopeful for me to learn that some of the programs in place in the Congo are really making a difference for these women. I couldn't figure out how these women could be helped, and I felt helpless myself because I simply didn't know what was necessary. But for example, someone emailed me a program that has helped 42 3,000 women so far, that was created and instigated by Women for Women International. This is a program that does exactly what is necessary in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where women are given life skills. They're taught to be income earners, so that even if their husbands run away, or abandon them rather, after they've been raped, which is very often the case, these women begin to have a sense of efficacy. They begin to be able to rebuild their lives. And that's what Women for Women is doing. Thank you to Women for Women. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for your generosity, and thank you particularly to our honorees for tonight. I've seen the difference that you are making and that you have made. Women are also struggling to survive in countries like Rwanda, Sudan, Iraq, and Afghanistan, struggling to feed their children, struggling to believe that there's hope for tomorrow. If you consider that right now, 70% of the world's poor are women, women perform 60% of the world's work, produce 50% of food, but only 10% of the income goes their way, and own only 1% of property. We know why we're here tonight. But we know that there's hope, because we're going to raise the much-needed funds to enable Women for Women International to continue to do its amazing work.